Good morning. Do you ever just feel like you've had a moment and then everything kind of goes a little crazy in a good way, but then there's other things and then your brain is just overexcited? Well, that is me right now. Oh, quick little outfit of the day. So black leggings. This is, you've seen this before, but it's over top today. This is just a sweater dress from Old Navy, and then I just have a white dress shirt underneath with open arms. Vintage, old, have had it for years, no idea where it's from. Same with the sweater, no idea. And then my brown boots from Amazon. But, okay, so this is my life right now. It's wonderful. I've spent the last 2 years literally stuck in schoolwork, finishing my degree. So my brain had no time to process anything else in life, literally. So now it's like got all these empty pockets and it's like, fill me. So, my job gets posted today. So that's exciting. We'll see who's going to take over my position. And last night I went down the genealogy family history rabbit hole, which in the past has happened many, many times. It's actually how my book came to be, my obsession with genealogy, which if you read it, you'll find out. So, you know, I hadn't been on Ancestry probably for the 2 years, right? Because of school. So it makes sense, right? So I decided to pluck back in and I was like, I'll give it a month registration. And I found something which I totally, if you're a genealogy nut, family history obsessed like I am, you'll appreciate this. If not, kind of maybe not really your thing. But short story, my mom's dad, my grandfather was born in Northern Ireland, immigrated to Canada, and that was that. All the kids were given up for adoption. When my mom was 9, there was 8 of them. They all went into different homes, etc., but they were old enough that they all kept in touch, which is great because, like, we have a huge family in Ontario. I'm all alone out here in BC. So, anyways, we have not been able to get past our McCann line in Northern Ireland, in Ballycastle. Okay, so, like, I literally can't get past, like, 2 generations of McCanns. Like, they're not there. So, anyway, so I was looking through. So if you have anything, send me a DM. So I was going through Ancestry last night, and I came across something I'd never seen before. And it is a declaration signed by both my great-grandma and my great-grandpa. So I want to read you one just because, like, I'm a lover of history and just English literature, etc. And the wording, you don't hear things like this anymore, especially in Canada. We never did. But I'm going to read you the one. There's 2. There was one declaration that was signed by women, and then there was one signed by men. And I actually see a Purdy on here as well, which I think might be my great-grandmother's dad. So another great-grandparent. So that's kind of cool. So I'm just going to read it to you because it's amazing. It's just something so special. Yeah, you ready? Here goes. For men, covenant. Being convinced in our consciousness that home rule would be disastrous to the material well-being of Ulster, as well as the whole of Ireland, subversive of our civil and religious freedom, destructive of our citizenship, and perilous to the entity of the empire, we whose names are underwritten, men of Ulster, loyal subjects of His Gracious Majesty King George V, I think the 5th, right? Humbly rely on the God whom our fathers in days of stress and trial confidently trusted, do hereby pledge ourselves in solemn covenant throughout this our time of threatened calamity to stand by one another in defending for ourselves and our children our cherished position of equal citizenship in the United Kingdom, and in using all means which may be found necessary to defeat the present conspiracy to set up a Home Rule Parliament in Ireland. And in the event of such a Parliament being forced upon us, we further solemnly and mutually pledge ourselves to refuse to recognize its authority. In sure confidence that God we defend the right, we hereto subject our names, and further we individually declare that we have not already signed this covenant. Right? Like, I'm just, oh, So that's the document. And it was in the Registry District of Ballantoy in Northern Antrim. So I don't know, I went to bed last night and I couldn't stop thinking about it. And obviously I can't stop thinking about it this morning. But anyways, I thought it was kind of very interesting. And of course, the Declaration of Women was basically a shorter version supporting the men that were signing it. But yeah, it's just, for a date, it was 1912, was the date that it was signed. Do we have a date on here? I read it somewhere 1912. Where did I read that? I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it was 1912 that these were signed. So yeah, so it's interesting because when you're doing family history and you find something like this, then you're like, okay, the District of Ballantoy in 1912, unfortunately the last census that we have access to is in 1911, means that they were there. But I'm trying to find census, and I've found one for my grandpa and my grandmother, with one child, because only the oldest was born, but I can't find it for the next generation. So I did find a will that I'm looking at, and I'm going to look more into that. But yeah, so I wanted to share my excitement. I know this probably is not for everybody, but it's like a big part of my life right now because we're traveling over and we're actually going to be staying with cousins in Northern Ireland that I have met through Ancestry and have been chatting with for years. And my mom has never been, and we're going to go to the hometown where her dad was born. So it's going to be a really special trip. But anyway, if you have any information that relates Matilda Purdy from Northern Ireland, Ballycastle area, let me know. I want to know. Get in touch. DM. I'll be up there in the summer, so super excited to meet some cousins. But yeah, have a wonderful day. Oh, I was so in the Irish mood that I did put on my Irish earrings that I got in Dublin last summer. Aren't they pretty? Yeah. Okay. Love you. Bye.